It's Saturday the 29th of July and it's just past 6 p.m. and welcome to our Saturday evening news programme coming to you from the heart of Wyke Regis. And just to say, this week's programme is a little shorter than usual and has been pre-recorded on Friday evening. So first apologies that we don't have a full programme for you this week, and we may be out of date slightly with anything that happens on Saturday, but that's been necessary this week to enable us to bring you a programme. Now, Dorset County Hospital is continuing to provide good, urgent and emergency care despite the unprecedented pressures faced by emergency departments throughout the country. The Care Quality Commission's latest National Urgent and Emergency Care Patient Survey highlights the experiences of thousands of people across the country who used A&E services during September 2022. Responses were received from 438 people who attended Dorset County Hospital's emergency department, with many reporting a positive experience of the care and treatment they received. People were asked to answer questions about different aspects of their care and treatment. Dorset County Hospital compared well with other trusts, receiving about the same or better than expected scores for all 9 areas that patients were asked about. Aspects of care that were highlighted as particularly positive included not having to wait too long before first speaking to a doctor or nurse, not having to wait too long before being examined by a doctor or nurse, and hospital staff discussing transport arrangements for leaving the emergency department. Emergency Department matron Claire Turnbull said the team work extremely hard to provide high quality care and strive to give our patients the best experience they can in an often very busy, unpredictable and stressful environment. The results reflect just how hard everyone works, and the team should be very proud of themselves, and I want to thank each and every one of them for all their hard work and dedication. Now, staying with healthcare, Dorset was among the best performing areas in the country in vaccinating our most vulnerable residents against COVID-19 this spring. More than 90,000 people in the county had a booster jab during the recent campaign, making it the 6th best NHS vaccination system in England and helping the South West become the most successful region overall. The spring programme targeted those most likely to become seriously ill from the virus, including people aged over 75, residents in older adult care homes, and people who are immunosuppressed. Almost 2,000 people a week are still being diagnosed with COVID-19 in England, and with some needing hospital treatment or even dying from the virus, the NHS continues to run a seasonal vaccination programme. Mark Marriott, who's the Senior Responsible Officer for Vaccination Programme in Dorset, said, "We have seen an amazing response from the public and a continued effort from our vaccination teams, supported by hundreds of volunteers, community pharmacy staff, primary care colleagues, hospital staff and Dorset Healthcare staff, as well as the huge numbers of people coming to vaccination centres and pop-up clinics. We made more than 6,000 home calls across Dorset and visited almost 200 care homes to make sure everyone eligible was offered a vaccination. Thank you to all who came forward for the jab and also to the teams who are helping to continue to keep Dorset safe and well." Now, the next booster programme will start early in the autumn, and more information about who will be eligible to top up their immunity will be publicised nearer the time. A charity founder and specialist nurse has reached the final of 2 prestigious National Nursing Awards. Hilary Maxwell, who's chair of Go Girls and Gynae Oncology Nurse Specialist at Dorset County Hospital, has been nominated for 2 national awards. She has reached the finals in the Nursing Times 2023 Awards, Nurse of the Year and the RCN Nursing Awards Nurse Leader of the Year in a year where they were much higher nominations than ever before. Hilary said, "I am very honoured to reach the finals. This is testament to the hard work put in by Go Girls. I am supported by an incredible team of trustees. It is nice to have this work recognised, even by getting to the finals. Perhaps my biggest challenge will be deciding what to wear." Head of Communications Siobhan Griffiths, who has known Hillary for 30 years and worked with her, added Hillary had a forward-thinking approach to Go Girls. She found a gap that needed to be met. Her drive, passion and determination drove her to find the energy and strength to set up Go Girls and manage this in her own time, on top of her very busy NHS role. To give up this much needed personal time is more than admirable. To us at Go Girls, she is a winner already. Hillary founded Go Girls in 2015, excuse me, and in 2018 the organisation became a registered charity. Go Girls raised £50,000 to support Dorset County Hospital's cancer appeal, and it supports nearly 1,000 women across the UK, as well as driving educational campaigns to help women recognise symptoms of gynecological cancers, to drive earlier diagnosis and improve survival outcomes. The Friends of Radipole Park and Gardens hosted their annual Brass Band in the Park concert last Sunday afternoon. It was well attended and entertained locals and visitors alike in the beautifully well kept gardens that are a tribute to the council's gardeners, who keep the park well maintained throughout the year. The Friends Group, along with the council, applied for and have been granted a Heritage Lottery Fund grant that will revitalise the park. Work has already started at the north end, and all of the existing facilities have been removed in preparation for the installation of new equipment. Weymouth Town Council are running a short survey on Weymouth Seafront Master Plan, and that survey is running to the 15th of August. Weymouth Town Council is developing a seafront master plan and is inviting residents, local businesses and visitors to have their say on the draft proposals by completing a survey. The current draft seafront master plan, drawn up by Hemingway Design, makes a range of recommendations to enhance Weymouth seafront. The Town Council now wants to hear people's view on key issues such as enhancing the promenade, catering facilities along the promenade, pedestrian access to the beach and promenade, enhancing Greenhill and Preston Beach for recreational and enjoyment, and facilities and activities for young people. Councillor Ryan Hope, who's chair of Services Committee, said the draft seafront master plan proposals cover the promenade walkway along the seafront near the pavilion end of the beach up to the Overcombe corner in the north. When people were asked for initial views on this last year, we were really encouraged by responses that were received. Now we want to fine-tune the proposals so we can have a clear plan of action for what Weymouth Town Council can deliver for residents and visitors. So whatever your age, we need you to give us your views in our short survey, which runs for 3 weeks until August the 15th. And if you go to the Weymouth Town Council website, search for Weymouth Town Council on Google, you will find the survey on the Seafront Master Plan or a link to it. Now, a huge, beautiful illustrated map of Sherborne, dating from 1834, has been gifted by legal firm Porter Dobson to Dorset History Centre, where it will be accessible to the public. And you can see a picture there on the screen, seeing how large that map is. The parchment map, which measures 2 metres by 1.3 metres, had for several decades been the focal point of interest in the firm's boardroom, but due to an office relocation it proved impossible to accommodate the huge map in the new premises. The map was created by cartographer Thomas Percy, who was commissioned by the Wingfield Digby family of Sherborne Castle, and 2 copies of the map were originally produced. The map is unusually detailed. It shows the town of Sherborne and the surrounding countryside. Features on the map are colour-coded, e.g. dwelling houses in pink, churches in black, industrial buildings in grey, arable land yellow-brown and pasture in green. And the quality of the workmanship is still very evident nearly 200 years later. The map is now safely housed at the Dorset History Centre, the county's archive service, where all important records are held, and that is in Dorchester. And it will be there, and it will be carefully conserved and digitised in the months ahead. Now, appeals from Dorset Police this week. Dorset police officers investigating an alleged assault at a pub in Weymouth are appealing for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward. Dorset Police received a report at 10:07 p.m. on Saturday the 22nd of July that a woman had been grabbed around the neck by a man at the King's Arms pub in Trinity Road. Officers attended and carried out a search of the area. A 35-year-old man from Bournemouth was arrested on suspicion of intentional strangulation, and he has been released under investigation as further inquiries are carried out. Police Constable Robert Langridge of Dorset Police said, "We are continuing to investigate this incident, and I'm appealing to anyone who was in the pub at the time and has information to help my inquiries to please get in touch." Next, from Dorset Police, officers are appealing for witnesses or anyone with dashcam footage to come forward following a serious injury collision in Weymouth. Dorset Police received a report at 8:32 a.m. on Thursday the 27th of July, that's this Thursday just gone, of a collision involving a Zontes motorcycle and a red Skoda Fabia in Newstead Road at the junction with the A354 near Asda. Now, many people will be familiar with the fact that this accident occurred and the hold-ups that it caused around the town. The rider of a motorcycle has been taken to hospital for treatment by the ambulance service. His condition is described as life-threatening. The driver of the Skoda did not sustain any serious injuries. Road closures were in place to allow emergency services to safely deal with the incident. Police Sergeant Dave Cottrell of the Roads Policing Team said, "An investigation is underway to establish what happened, and I'm appealing for any witnesses to please come forward. I am keen to hear from any motorists with dashcam fitted who may have relevant footage to assist with my inquiries. Finally, I would like to thank the local community for their patience and understanding while the road closures were in place. They were absolutely necessary to enable us to conduct a thorough investigation." And lastly, from Dorset Police this week, officers are appealing for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward after a man was assaulted in Weymouth. At around 10:10 a.m. on Monday the 17th of July, the victim, a man aged in his 20s, was walking through the pedestrian underpass between Corscombe Close and Weston Bridge when he was grabbed around the neck by another man and assaulted. He sustained facial injuries and was taken to hospital for treatment. The offender is described as black, aged in his 20s and around 6 feet 3 inches tall, with afro-style hair. He was wearing a black Nike tracksuit. Police Constable Mark Edgar of Weymouth Police said, "We are conducting a number of inquiries into this assault, and I'm keen to hear from anyone who witnessed the incident or any suspicious activity in the area around the relevant time." Now, if you have information on any of those incidents, any dashcam footage or mobile phone footage or anything else, any other useful information, you can contact Dorset Police on 101, or if you wish to give information anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity by calling free phone 0800 555 111. Now, Dorset Council has been announced as a finalist for Best Climate Action or Decarbonisation Initiative in this year's Association for Public Service Excellence Awards. The National Awards recognise the very best in public services and celebrates the work of frontline service teams and the specialist initiatives being delivered by local authorities across the UK. Dorset has been shortlisted alongside 8 other councils for its extensive efforts to tackle the carbon footprints of its buildings. The award submission focused on the council's flagship decarbonisation programme, which saw energy efficiency and renewable energy measures fitted in over 200 council-owned buildings in just 18 months. The judges heard how the council's retrofit projects was immense in scale and complexity and involved tackling emissions in schools, libraries and leisure centres, as well as a huge number of council offices, depots and other buildings. The project, which has cut energy bills by over £1 million a year for the council and its partners, was funded through the government's public sector decarbonisation scheme. Dorset Council secured £19 million of funding from the scheme, one of the largest awards in the country. Now, looking forward to the end of August. If you are looking for something exciting and fun to do during the holidays that will suit all ages and you don't want to break the bank, then there is a great free event taking place in Dorchester to round off the holidays at the end of the summer bank holiday weekend. On Monday the 29th of August, the well-established Anonymous Festival, organised by Dorchester Town Council, is returning now for the 13th year. Running from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. this year, the event will be held in the much-loved setting of the Borough Gardens in Dorchester. You will have the opportunity to try your staying power with an inflatable rodeo, test your nerve on some bungee trampolines, get a henna tattoo, try your hand at screen printing, create some fabulous craft, get a glitter tattoo, or have your photo taken in a vintage horse box. You will even have the chance to do a masterclass in how to create a special effects wound. And remember, all of these activities, as well as the entrance, are free. Plus, there will be 2 stages of music showcasing some of the best young musicians in the Southwest. They will be covering a wide range of genres from rock to pop and including some rap, boogie-woogie and folk music with something to suit everybody's taste. Now, Emma Scott, who's from Dorchester Town Council, says, "We are really proud of Anonymous, which involves so many young people. It's been amazing to see how many of the young musicians who have played over the years have gone on to become professional performers touring the UK and further afield. This year we are thrilled to welcome back Isaiah Dredd as our headline act. Isaiah first performed at the event in 2010 and has since gone on to become an acclaimed MC and rapper, performing at various festivals across the UK, including Glastonbury, Wireless, Festival, Lovebox and Isle of Wight Festival. Through Spotify, he has racked up over 12 million streams and has just released his debut self-produced mixtape, Zephyr. There will be a range of affordable, delicious foods on offer, including burgers, sausages and chips, mouth-watering freshly cooked Thai dishes, falafels and delicious curries. There will also be a quality fresh coffee stand, popcorn, candy floss and ice cream, and the park kiosk will be open for light snacks and drinks. Now, if you want to find out more about the Anonymous Festival, search for it on Facebook, or you can contact Emma direct at e.scott@dorchester-tc.gov.uk. That's e.scott@dorchester-tc.gov.uk. Now, this year's Takeover Challenge at Dorset Council saw young people take over some of the top roles and responsibilities. The Takeover Challenge is a yearly national campaign running from the 3rd to the 14th of July that allows young people to experience the workplace, inform decisions and have their voices heard. 33 young people aged 10 to 17, including 21 young people who have special educational needs or disability, took part in the challenge this year. The feedback from Dorset Council employees was universally positive, with many expressing how impressive the young people had been and how beneficial it was to hear from them firsthand and receive their input. Young people assisted the Family Information Service by testing their website, and the challenge saw young people undertake several tasks, including co-chairing the Youth Grant Fund meeting with Councillor Byron Quayle, helping with web design and testing the Family Information Service's web pages, providing feedback and inputting into the belonging strategy, presenting to the workforce and providing valuable and impactful insight, filming and editing content for the work of Dorset's social media account. Councillor Byron Quayle, Dorset Council's portfolio holder for children, education, skills and early help, said, "Well done to all the young people who took part in the Takeover Challenge. Their commitment and enthusiasm towards the challenge was wonderful to see, and we hugely appreciate their time and input. We've been inspired and humbled by their bravery. They were brilliant at challenging us and sharing their thoughts on how we could do things differently. By sharing their voices and experiences with us, they will directly help to inform and shape our services to better meet the needs of young people and families. Thank you to everyone that took part." And Weymouth Oktoberfest, organised by members of West Dorset Campaign for Real L, makes a welcome return this year to Weymouth Pavilion on Friday and Saturday, October the 6th and 7th. And this year sees an all Welsh beer and cider theme. The festival is held in the Pavilion Ocean Room and has spectacular views of Weymouth Bay, attracting beer and cider drinkers from near and far. Committee member and Camera Bar manager Rich Gabe said, "Weymouth Oktoberfest gives us a chance to bring something different to Weymouth each year. Over the years we have covered the full length of the British Isles, from beers from Cornwall to Scotland, and this year it's the turn to highlight Wales. The festival hopes to have around 60 Welsh beers and at least a dozen ciders, all from Wales and the Marches area. For the first time at a West Dorset Camera event, we will have a Welsh guest brewer who will also be showing some interesting new style craft beer from the Vale of Glamorgan Brewery. This is by far the largest selection of Welsh beers to be showcased ever in Dorset. Entry is by advance ticket only and costs £11 per session, which includes a free pint of beer or cider, souvenir glass, and a programme. More information will be available near the time, and tickets will go on sale on the 1st of August, so this coming week, and they will be available at the Weymouth, the Globe, and the Doghouse Micropub, Cholbury Town Store, Portland, the Royal Portland Arms Pub, Dorchester, the Convivial Rabbit Micropub, online at www.camerawdorset.org.uk, and from the Weymouth Pavilion box office. And finally, in the headlines tonight, Hazel Hoskin from Maiden Castle Farm reports that Mother Nature has surprised them with the sunflowers coming to bloom earlier than expected. You'll know we've been covering the plans of Maiden Castle Farm with their sunflowers this year. The popular Dorset Sunflower Trail the popular Dorset Sunflower Trail opened yesterday for its third season. Sunflowers are stunning to look at, and even better when the fields are golden at the height of bloom. You can walk and enjoy the beauty of nature, grab that perfect photo, make special memories with friends and family, and be uplifted by these smiling, sunshine-faced sunflowers. Following a successful collaboration last year, Dorset Town Council will be running a number of sunflower-themed events in the town. Dorset and Poundbury will be bursting with sunflower vibes from mid-July, creating a summer sunflower for all to enjoy. For 2023, half of the profits from the Sunflower Trail will be donated to charity. This year's charity is the Special Care Baby Unit at Dorset County Hospital. Tickets are held at last year's prices, £5 per person, and are on sale now. Opening times and information are available on Facebook. Look for Maiden Castle Farm, or on their website at www.maidencastlefarm.co.uk. There we go, that's something to do over this holiday time. Now, we have no features in this week's programme. As we say, it's a shorter programme, but we will go straight on to our regular contributor, Andrew Wright, for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Ridge's TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This week, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was released on home video. The film is a collaboration between popular animation studio Illumination, best known for the Despicable Me and the Minions, and game company Nintendo, who published the video game franchise that the film is based on. The film features an all-star cast including Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and Jack Black as Bowser. The film revolves around New York-based Italian-American plumber brothers Mario and Luigi, who get transported to another world and get entangled in the battle between Princess Peach's Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser's Koopas. The film is currently the highest-grossing film of 2023, with its box office run surpassing $1 billion worldwide. I saw the film in cinemas opening weekend, and I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5, where I criticised the script's unoriginality, as well as the cast's lackluster performances, but I really enjoyed the film, as it was really fun, visually bright, with a great soundtrack, as I'm a fan of the composer, and excellent Mario Easter eggs. Currently, developments on future Mario projects or Nintendo projects with Illumination have been stalled by the Writers Guild strike. This week, Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion concluded its 6-episode run on Disney Plus this week. The miniseries is the 9th in the MCU to release on Disney Plus, and the series features the return of Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and revolves around Fury working to stop an uprising from a group of renegade Skrulls who aim to take over Earth by starting World War III. The series also features the return of MCU actors Ben Mendelsohn, Don Cheadle, and Kobe Smulders, as well as introducing actors Kingsley Ben-Adir, Dermot Mulroney, Emilia Clarke, and Olivia Colman to the MCU. So I watched the miniseries as an MCU fan, and I was massively disappointed by the end result. The writing was sloppy, each episode needed to be at least 2 hours long to properly tell the story I wanted to tell, with instead each episode just jumps between major plot points, like say, oh yeah, so let's say they're in one part of Russia, because a large part of the opening of the series is set in Russia, and then the next they're somehow magically on a train going through Russia, and as well as larger moments of the series, like the entire final episode didn't make sense, as well as it trying to make big MCU changes like killing off characters that just didn't work. I also felt the entire cast was misused, especially the actors returning from other MCU projects, as with Jackson's performance being especially disappointing in some scenes. I gave the series 1 star out of 5 and labelled it the worst MCU outing to date, and I'm not a fan of She-Hulk or the Black Panther movies, so that's saying something. Samuel L. Jackson returns as Nick Fury this November in the Captain Marvel sequel, The Marvels. Currently a little bit of news about The Marvels. That will not be screened in IMAX currently, because Dune Part 2 is scheduled to take up the IMAX screens during that time frame, but Dune Part 2 is rumoured to be on the move. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week for a very busy segment where I will talk about the home video release of the Dungeons & Dragons movie, as well as the streaming debut of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the new Gerard Butler movie Kandahar, as well as the theatrical release of the Jason Statham sequel, The Meg 2. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much there, Andrew, and we'll be back with Andrew next week. So let's see what the weather has in store for us this weekend, and we're going over to the Met Office. And now this week the forecast we're using is that one that was put out on Friday evening for the entire weekend. So it does cover the entire weekend. So we go over to Alex Deakin for the weekend weather forecast.
Another weekend of downpour dodging, and again, temperatures will be around or below average for the time of year. Of course, it's low pressure that's responsible. This one is slowly moving in, and around it we'll see bands of showers. The reason? Well, the jet stream is still shifted to the south, still pushing low pressure systems our way. Now, it's not going to rain all weekend, but there will be these bands of showers drifting in across the country. A little drier in some areas across the south on Sunday until the next weather system, again helped along by the jet stream, starts to push in across the southwest Wales and Northern Ireland. OK, let's put some details on day by day with the low pressure like this. As I said, bands of showers will be moving in pretty rapidly on Saturday morning. Now, it's not going to rain all weekend. There will be some decent dry and bright spells across parts of eastern England in particular, and between the showers elsewhere there will be some blue sky and some sunshine. But the showers are likely to be heavy, particularly the closer you are to the low pressure. So western Scotland, Northern Ireland, maybe parts of northwest England could see some pretty intense downpours during Saturday. They'll move through because of the breeze, but they will in places turn into kind of lines of showers. So some locations may just see shower after shower after shower. But as I said, most places will at least see some breaks in the cloud, some sunny spells, and the showers will tend to move through. With the breeze coming in from the Atlantic, and a fairly brisk breeze, going to bring a fresh feel with temperatures mostly around or a touch below average for the time of year. So we're going to see highs in the high teens, low 20s, like they have been, in fact, for much of July. And the sunny spells between the showers across the east, 22, 23 degrees, shouldn't feel too bad. Feeling quite warm, in fact, but feeling fairly fresh across the western coast with temperatures mostly only in the teens, and that brisk breeze of the isobars pinching together. The low pressure then kind of ambles in and sticks around as we head through Saturday night and into Sunday. So again, close to that low pressure, parts of Scotland, northern England, Northern Ireland, likely to see some quite heavy showers during Sunday. Further south, decent chance of something a little drier over the Midlands, East Anglia and the southeast on Sunday, but that next weather system then starts to bring cloud and outbreaks of rain into Wales, southwest England, and later into the evening into parts of Northern Ireland. So again, clouding over with some rain, nothing too heavy it doesn't look like, but it will turn damp here. Elsewhere, we'll continue to have that mixture of sunshine and showers. The showers could be quite slow moving across parts of Scotland. And again, temperatures at their highest across these eastern areas into the low 20s, but for most will struggle to reach 20 Celsius. And generally, again, feeling cool as the breeze starts to pick up across the southwest. So the mixed weather is likely to continue, and indeed it will for much of next week. For more information on that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels and follow us across social media.
Thank you very much there, Alex. And let's look to see what the weather down on the south coast is bringing for us this week ahead. Well, here we go. We have got sunshine, we have got cloud, and we've got showers. And look out for that on Wednesday. There's one of those little lightning strikes there on Wednesday, so could be quite interesting on Wednesday. Tuesday looking to be the nicest day this week. Of course, we're only going up to Thursday on this forecast, so we'll have to wait and see what next weekend brings. Moving on to our What's On section before we finish tonight. Weymouth Pavilion coming up 5th of August, Magic of the Beatles. 10th of August, Dinosaur Adventure Live. That's one there for the kids who like dinosaurs. 12th of August, Rock for Heroes, and also Ultimate Madness. And 14th of August, Grindthorpe Colliery Band. Box office is online at weymouthpavilion.com or via telephone 01305 783 225. Now, the No Thought. This is My Theatre presents Much Ado About Nothing on the 2nd of August. That's this coming week. 26th of August, the Thought Fest, open air concert of local bands. More details on those events and everything else at the No Thought at www.nothought.org.uk. Coming up this week with Arts Reach, 2nd of August at 1:30 p.m. at Broadmain First Girl, Circus Skills. 3rd of August, I'm a Book of Fantastic Things, by Oops Way Messy Art at Lytton Cheney Hall. That's the 3rd. More information and bookings of all Arts Reach's events. Lots of stuff for families and children over the next month. www.artsreach.co.uk. Church services tomorrow in White Regis area, 9:30 communion at All Saints Church and 11 o'clock at St Edmund's Church. And of course our other programme tonight, live at 7:30, our Saturday evening quiz. You are all welcome to join that. That's free, community focused, anyone is welcome. Stream goes live about 7:20 for the quiz to start at 7:30 promptly. And I look forward to being with you then. Now that brings us to the end of this week's programme. It's a slightly shorter programme this week, and I will be back with you live next Saturday at 6 p.m. If you've got any news or events or information you wish to get to us, do drop us an email at news@whiteregis.tv. That's news@whiteregis.tv. We would love to hear from you. I hope you have a good weekend and a lovely week ahead, whatever you are doing, if you're on holiday or still at work. And I look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.